Good morning. I know I'm in the park with Sunny right now. This is day 5 of me being back from the UK. My jet lag is a real thing, let me tell you. I do really well, and then in the afternoon I completely crash out and fall asleep. I know many of you want to know what happened with my passport and my wallet and my bag and everything getting stolen. And it's really interesting when you report something as stolen or lost. As lost and stolen is the same thing, because if you've lost something and somebody hasn't returned it, they've nicked it, so it's stolen. So I've racked my brains as to what actually happened. I had probably about 50 kilos worth of luggage. I had 3, so by myself, you have to catch a lot of trains. And there's a lot of walking, and they were heavy and cumbersome, my bags, even though they were all on wheels. It was hard yakka. And I had, several kilos on my back with my backpack bag. And the 3 kilos, and the rest of it in luggage. So overburdened with luggage, right? And I'm coming up to the third train that I had to catch, right? So I'm coming up to the third train, and there's this guy who's kind of walking with me but not with me, able to chat to me, nice face, I'm coming up to the train, and you've got to figure it out. It's like a rabbit warren, all these trains. And he had a trolley bag, right? We get up to the train that I'm supposed to catch, and I'm looking for where I'm supposed to go. And he's like, "That's not your train." And I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, it is actually. That's where I have to go. And he's like, no, that's not your train. So the train's there, right? And I look at it again, and I just thought, no, actually, that's my train. So I'm like, no, this is my train. So he then helps me on the train with my bags and lifts the heaviest of my bag, right? So he stalled me until the last minute. And then I get into the train, so quite burdened with my backpack, right? Pull everything over into the corner of the train, stood up, and immediately felt that the weight of my backpack had left my body. The shock that goes through you, got to say, when something like that happens is really huge, This was the afternoon before I was leaving at 6 o'clock the next morning. I've thought about it a lot, right? Obviously, I was a mark, there's a lot of theft that happens in London. A lot of people have stuff nicked. When I went to the consulate, they told me that, a lot of people are having their passports stolen lately. I even got told that by the woman at customs in Australia. A lot of people are having their passports nicked. So I obviously I was alone, and a woman travelling alone, 3 big bags, backpack. So obviously I was a traveller, and I was leaving because I wasn't coming. I was going to the airport. So, I made myself a mark by being overburdened with the luggage that I had and not catching a taxi or anything like that, thinking that I could actually do it myself. So I have a feeling that's who took my bag. And then I went back to got off the next stop. I'd started to kind of go into shock then. Your whole body starts to shake when the enormity of the fact that you've got no passport, you're not leaving the country anytime soon. Not only do you not have your passport, you don't have your purse, your money, any form of ID on you, and it's all gone, like the bag, everything. So I eventually got back to the actual train station that I believe that had been nicked from, and reported it. And as they were pretty good at the train station. They're very efficient there because they're used to this sort of stuff happening all the time. So they have a system in place. And I just sat down on the floor of the platform outside their door. I thought, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not dragging these bags anywhere. And the first place I rang, actually the first thing I did was think about what was in my wallet. How could they get money off me? So I immediately transferred funds out of one card to the one card that I actually had in my bum bag. So you can't get any money, and so that wasn't going to happen. And the second call I made, the second thing I did was to call the Australian consulate. So this was on a Sunday. I had the worst advice, seriously. So the woman that spoke to me at the Australian consulate says to me, her advice to me was to, apart from, you know, having to get an emergency passport, which is the only way you get out of the country, is to have turned up in the morning at 6 o'clock for my flight, 3 hours before my flight. So check out of the hotel that I was on my way to, turn up to the airport and see what happened. Just turn up to Etihad Airlines and see if they'll let you on the plane. Now, they might have let me on the plane with no passport, but at Abu Dhabi, they wouldn't have let me on a plane to go to Australia. So, you know, I have the choice. Do I want to be stuck in England, or do I want to go and risk it and be stuck in Abu Dhabi? Bit of a no-brainer, that one, really, isn't it? So I opted to not take this woman's advice, which was really stupid. So be careful. My lesson, my little lesson here is trust your gut, trust your instinct. Don't listen to everything people are going to tell you, because it's not always right and it's not always in your best interests. So I eventually made my way back to the hotel and sat down and then rang the airlines and told them. And they first straight away, they're like, no, we won't let you on the plane. We won't let you do that. So, you know, I figured that would be the answer. So it was the answer. So not going to happen. And so I stayed in the hotel and changed my flights at a very expensive price, and got things sorted from there. And the funny thing is that I've realised that my sleep was really disjointed for the next week. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and all of a sudden my brain, which must have been on for ages, was like, oh, that was in your bag. It's like, oh, shit, I've lost that now. Oh, my watch is gone. Oh, that's right, my jewellery. Oh, the thing that weighs my bags are gone. So lots of things disappeared, but I also realised that my backpack bag, which is like a handbag that I had made, was really representative of my past life, the life that I used to have when I was married for 30 years. So that all connected with that. And sometimes in life, we carry too much baggage with us. And sometimes life will send us on these journeys to remove some of the baggage that we have, to teach us a lesson, to help us grow and help us change. And I really believe that that's what life was doing, was taking away the last vestiges of my connection to my past life. In England, I lived in a very minimalistic way, you know. I only ever carried my bum bag, and I had, you know, I didn't actually use money much. It was just all cards. I only needed one card. I didn't need much with me. So I never carried much with me. And that was really good as well. So the lesson is, be careful how you present in life. Sometimes the baggage that we carry can be really visible, and that's when unscrupulous people can come into your life and take advantage of you. So be careful and trust your instincts, and be careful of how you present in life, so that you don't actually put yourself in the firing line of people who are going to actually take advantage, you know. So it was an interesting journey. I still, even last night, I woke up and thought, oh, where's this? So after having something stolen off me, you tend to be a little bit, I think it's called hypervigilant about things. And they wake you up in the middle of the night. Hey, Dennis, thank you. So it's like, it's been an interesting journey. I've learned a lot. I had an amazing time in the UK for 3 months. Petrol's gone up a lot since I've got back. And I still feel a little bit like, well, today I feel a little bit like I've been hit by a bus. So I'm going to continue to try and rest and just do minimal stuff and get back into my life and living in an entirely different time zone again. So it's been amazing, and have a beautiful day, everyone. I just wanted to share that with you. Bye. Ta-ta.